once it's live. So like right now, Sound on, YouTube's on. I like to give a warning, just, people involved in the conversation. And
What time is it?
5:59. Molly put it up there for us.
When's my, town hall meeting? 19th, is that right?
Yes,
Correct.
you just put it on the calendar today, so I can come and support you.
There you go.
That's nice. I have
That's the plan,
6.
one or two.
Start her off.
All right. All right, I call the Mayville City Common Council meeting to order at 6 PM. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Smith.
Here.
Alderperson Henkel.
Here.
Alderperson Winter. Here. Alderperson Olson.
Here.
Alderperson Baker is excused. We have a quorum.
All right, please stand for pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, presentation of some plaques. Presentation of plaques awarded to Mr. Newman and Mr. Liebenau, which are not present tonight. We got them a nice plaque for all their hard work and dedication to the city of Mayville as aldermen. We'll make sure we get that to them. So thank you for your service. All right, citizen comments. Any citizen comments tonight? All right, seeing none. We're going to start off with interviews of Ward 5 alderperson candidates. Interviews of Ward 5 alderman candidates. We have 2 applicants. We have Mr. Jason Buskey. And we have Mr. Dennis Walson. All right. All right. Well, where do you want to start?
Yes, pick one and you guys can ask some questions of them.
Okay, Dennis, you're here first, right here in the front row, so we'll start with you. Why you're interested in serving as Alderman Ward 5?
Well, ever since I got out of high school, I served in the Air Force, and when I was done with the Air Force, went to Sheriff's Department in Texas, which is where I served in the Air Force. Moved back to Wisconsin, came here to Mayville, was a Mayville police officer for 3 years, served the community then. Then went over to Dodge County and retired from Dodge County 3 years ago from the Sheriff's Office. Went back, I'm working part-time for the Sheriff's Office, and I'm on, obviously, the PFC here. Certainly am not shy to work or hours, things like that. I'm pretty much always available and willing to do the work and wanting to serve the community.
All right. Mr. Buskey, why don't you come up in the front here?
I sure can do that.
Oh, I guess I'll ask you the same question as why are you interested in serving as Ward 5 alderman?
As crazy as it may sound, I kind of miss it. I did it for 12 years in the city of Juneau, so I was very involved and a lot of fun for me, actually. So.
Good. All right, and I guess I'll just alternate, and I'll go with you, Mr. Buskey. Is what skills, experience, and background you would bring to the council? And you said you had 12 years experience.
12 years. I spent 7 of those years as the council president. I chaired every committee: finance, personnel, CDA, plant commission. Very active in the city. Drove ambulance there from 1998 to 2018. So I know a little bit about politics.
What brings you to Mayville?
We sold our house in Juneau in 2019, moved to Beaver Dam. We're trying to buy a brand new house, and we're just watching the market when one came available in Mayville. So my Uncle Bill farmed right outside of Mayville forever. So the subdivision my house is in is actually his old farm field. So.
Wow.
All right, I guess, Mr. Walston, what skills and experience and background you bring to the city?
Okay, well, I in the Air Force, and then with Dodge County Sheriff, I was a supervisor for almost 20 years there. Brought their training program to them, ran 4 different teams and the budgets of all those teams, and supervised those personnel, starting everything from the drone program, the training programs, and again, the budgets through there, taking care of sometimes fortunately and unfortunately, discipline, performance improvement plans, things like that with personnel.
All right, anybody else got any questions? I will say this, I've been doing this for over a decade, and, this is the first time that, we've actually had two very qualified candidates running for the position. So I think, either one of you would be more than adequate to serve on as a representative of Ward 5, which happens to be my ward that I live in. But,
Okay, now who wants it?
but, yeah, that's a good thing, so. All right, no one else got any questions?
Don't have anything.
Either way, I concur with the mayor. I can't believe how the quality of both applicants. Very surprising, very refreshing.
Right. Anybody else? All right, so Annie, what do we have to do? Someone has to,
We discussed for a possible appointment, so someone could, make a motion, second it, have discussion on who you think's the right person. And we can follow it up by giving them their oath tonight and sitting them down and finish the rest of the meeting.
well, lucky one of you.
We'll put you to work right away.
All right, well, at least I don't have to make that decision.
I was gonna say that, the one thing, I know it's been a while since we've had an appointment, but just as a reminder, state statute does not allow for secret balloting. It does all need to be done publicly and transparently.
Right.
I'm divided, I like them both.
You
I'm not gonna say no.
don't get to split the seat, unfortunately.
This is tough. This is like picking your two oldest children, which one gets to. I mean, it really
I'm not
is
sure
tough.
which one is older, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say a word.
it's probably me.
So I'll ask a question. You're retired,
Yes,
so there is no issue with times of meetings or anything?
no, not at all. As a matter of fact, I think in the year and a half I've been on the PFC, I've missed one meeting and that was due to RSV. Otherwise, I never missed a meeting, never late. That's it.
Okay, and then I have the same question for you.
I'm not retired, but I have no issue with meeting times.
Okay.
My kids are all adults. I don't have
Okay,
anything going on.
you don't look that old to have adult children,
Yes, I
so.
have a 27-year-old, a 24-year-old,
Oh,
and
boy.
an 18-year-old.
Oh, boy. Well, now you just made my decision. Okay. I didn't hear it.
Well, someone wants to flip a coin.
Actually, I was thinking that. Honestly,
We can do that too. But someone still needs to make the motion in second.
what, to flip a coin?
No, whoever wins.
Because I'll make that motion.
Either one of you have any, can you bring any, I don't think it's necessary, it sounds like you're applying for a regular job here. But did any of you bring any recommendation or whatever endorsements from anybody or, I don't know. I've heard, I myself, when Dennis volunteered, I heard a bunch of people say they were happy with, that we had somebody of his quality. So those were endorsements from people who are familiar with the sheriff's department. I was on the county board for a while, as is and was the mayor. So I'm familiar with Juneau and their situation. This is really hard to pick one of these two, really is.
It is.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a good, well, except,
Someone's gotta be the bearer of bad news. and-
Seriously, is
Get
it
moving.
legal for us to flip a coin?
Yeah, it's legal.
Okay, I'll make a motion to flip a coin.
oh my God. That's like a big tabling
All right,
everything.
motion to flip a coin, for a second.
I'll second.
All right, one of them, Mr. Smith seconds.
Okay.
Does someone have a coin?
Do you want to take the vote?
I do, but
All
I
in
don't.
favor?
All in favor?
I.
Now we gotta have someone call it. I don't have a coin.
I have a point.
All right. I got a number between 1 and 5 in my hand. Mr. Buskey,
You were looking to see who was gonna call it?
yeah,
He got here first, let him
all
call it.
right, that's fine.
Heads or tails?
Oh, yeah, I'm a heads guy, so we'll see.
I think it's tails. Want to grab that? Is there new quarters now? Yeah. Tails.
Okay,
Congratulations, Mr. Buskey.
thank you.
You wanna?
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
Okay.
Sorry you can't
All right.
go to that, but I like you both.
Yeah, okay. Have a good night.
Thank you.
We have swear in.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me just get his name down on the oath, please.
Jason, why don't you come?
All right.
Come up here.
Molly, her point back.
We did
Come over here with a flag and then,
Wyndham Arrows.
Oh,
you got your camera with you?
No, I do not.
do you want me to take a picture? I can never get them from your iPhone, take it from my phone.
Are you okay? All right.
Hold on, let me get.
This picture, look, this is me off. Kind of crooked.
Welcome.
All right, stand by the flag. you two.
Oh, here, I'll get his, yeah, for the website.
All right, congratulations. Then go ahead and get sworn in.
Want to take a picture of his own? All right, can you raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, Jason Buskey,
I, Jason Buskey,
having been appointed to
haven't been appointed to
the office of Ward 5 Alderperson,
the office of Ward 5 Alderperson,
but have not yet entered
but have not yet entered
upon the duties thereof.
upon the duties thereof.
Swear that I will support
Swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of
the
Wisconsin,
Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties of said office
the duties of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
All right.
Congratulations. Oh, another picture too?
Yeah, well, see, next to this woman. now.
Ken.
I'll go grab
When he's
one.
done.
Oh, I have to share. You have to sit next to me. Don't worry, I just hiss. I don't bite.
It doesn't bite.
Take my place.
And I believe about maybe once a year.
All right, moving on.
Was that- you considered it, doesn't it? Oh,
Are there any agenda changes?
We have to do the appointments to standing committees, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Discuss for possible action, mayor's appointment of standing committees, which we're gonna be putting Mr. Buskey on. which-
I can go over them if you'd like.
Right,
All right, so the standing committees will be as follows. Bob Smith, Chair of Finance, Tony DeBaker, Molly Henkel. Personnel, Kim Olson as Chair, Mr. Buskey, Mary Winter. Public Safety, Molly Henkel remains Chair, Jason Buskey, Mary Winter. Public Works Committee, Anthony DeBaker, Bob Smith, and Kim Olson. And then I will send you guys an updated directory,
Okay.
so you have those appointments.
you'll get
Was that sent for emails yet?
It was not sent to
Okay.
emails yet. So we had 2 older people who were on 3 committees.
Okay.
So what happens, the mayor took,
I
Them down to
suppose we
2
didn't
and
know
then
what was gonna happen.
put our new appointment, so everyone's got
It
2.
takes me a while to get used to where do I belong.
Everyone's got 2,
All right.
but I will send out the new
Yeah.
appointment.
Thank you, Andy.
Give Mr. Buskey a book for the council book.
Absolutely, and a laptop, the whole 9 yards.
All right, you're all set. Rock and roll.
Are there any commission appointments, like reappointments? No. No?
No,
No, that was split pretty evenly, so
Okay.
it didn't seem to be a need.
all right. All right, now the agenda changes. All right, consent agenda, or motion to consent the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
there a second?
I'll second.
All right, motion by Hinkle, second by Mary Winter. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A report of officers, mayor's report for the month. Hello, friends and residents of Mayville. This month we are starting off with a few new faces on the city council. I want to welcome Mary Winter to the council representing Ward 4. And after May 11th, we will also have a new alderman for Ward 5, which will be Mr. Jason Buskey. Together, we will continue working to help Mayville grow and thrive for all of our citizens. This month, I met with the superintendent of the Mayville School District to discuss what support is needed for both the city and the school district. We also talked about potential joint initiatives that could benefit both the schools and the community. During our discussion, I learned that enrollment in the Mayville School District has been decreasing due to school choice and voucher programs. Last year, the district had to return over $1 million to the state of Wisconsin. This raises important questions about why students are leaving and what the future holds for our school system. When comparing state standards for public schools versus private schools, one has to wonder what the long-term impact will be on our community. I encourage residents to educate themselves on this issue as it will affect Mayville's future. I continue to meet with developers and business leaders interested in investing in the city of Mayville. We have discussed possible locations and incentives the city may be able to offer. The North Industrial Park is approximately 50% complete, which will provide shovel-ready sites for future development projects without delays relating to moving soil. All three of our street projects are moving forward, although we are addressing a few minor storm sewer issues. These projects are expected to be completed by the end of summer. In addition, the new sewer plant upgrade is nearing 50% completion and remains on track with the project budget. We continue to face property maintenance issues throughout the city. This past week, notices were sent to property owners requesting cleanup and maintenance. If these issues are not addressed, the city will complete the work and place associated costs on the property owner's tax bill. We all want Mayville to look beautiful and welcoming, and now 1 year after the Mayville tornado, it's time to finish the cleanup efforts and move forward together. On May 19th at 6 p.m. at the Tag Center, I'll be holding my annual town hall meeting to hear citizens' concerns, ideas, and expectations for the city of Mayville. Please mark your calendar at this meeting. Will be informative as we begin planning for the 2027 budget process. I would also like to wish all mothers a very happy Mother's Day. Hope your day was filled with warm wishes and quality time with loved ones. Thank you for everything you do for your families and our community. As always, I'll see you around town and stop and say hello. All right. Clerk, Executive Assistant's monthly report.
I am pleased to report that we have an anticipated go-live date for the new website, May 18th, so next Monday. I have been working closely with Civic Plus to move this project forward. While there is still some significant work to be completed within the next week prior to launch, my office is actively working to meet the deadline. We've also been coordinating with department heads to ensure they remain involved in the process and maintain oversight and control of their respective departmental pages. The intent is moving forward that they will be able to keep their information up to date instead of it all relying on City Hall. This should work a little easier because they know the ins and outs of their department, obviously more intimately than I do. Following the website launch and the integration of the agenda preparation software also through Civic Plus, it's my intention to provide you elected officials as well as board and commission members information on how to utilize the board portal function. So that should be coming in the coming weeks once that's all launched and live. My office is also currently in the midst of the annual alcohol, tobacco, and bartender licensing process. Alcohol and tobacco license renewals are scheduled to be presented at Public Safety Committee here at the end of May. And then those in conjunction with the bartender license applications will come to Common Council in June. This timeline ensures that all required documentation has gone through the proper elected bodies and that we can prepare and distribute that information prior to the current licenses lapsing at the end of June. I am also happy to share that Deputy Clerk Fulbright has joined the department on April 20th. She's been learning the day-to-day operations at the front counter while also being introduced to some more technical responsibilities, including licensing and, as you see tonight, meeting administration. So we're throwing her in the deep end. She's been a great addition to the team, and we look forward to her continued growth in this role. I also attended the League of Wisconsin Municipalities Spring Exchange at the end of last week. The conference had a strong focus on municipal financing and public safety topics. What was additionally nice is this opportunity was provided at no cost to the city as we are league insurance members. So that is my monthly report.
Thank you.
All right,
You're
thanks.
welcome.
All right, treasurer. Monthly report.
Jake Shelfer and I, Jake with DPW, and I completed the recycling grant on 4/17/2026. Form C has been filed. The audit is almost complete, and we are currently working on the auditor's final review and any necessary journal entries. Brian from CLA will be here June 8th to present the audit. I have not seen any drafts or anything like that yet. Julie with the EMS and I will be submitting the WIGEMT grant that is due May 31st. On Wednesday, the Utilities Department will be receiving their safe drinking and clean water loans for the replacement of water mains and sanitary sewers from Muzzy, Allen, and Grove Street. Utilities also received their reimbursement for the treatment plant this past month. 1.8 million was in regards to the loan, and $614,000 was for the grant they received. For payroll, quarterly payroll taxes, unemployment reports, WRS filings have been completed and submitted. I removed any unused vacation balances as of March 31st that had been rollover from the prior year. I am nearly completed with our workers' comp audit with a few remaining outstanding requests. And we have one benefit that renews every July, which is our life insurance coverage. I'll have to calculate and update coverage amounts for all employees, so just to read that information. I attended the WGFOA conference, and one thing that I like to bring back that I learned, and it's not now, but I learned about a collaborative grant writer model that has been successful in another Wisconsin community and maybe something worth discussing in the future for Mayville. The Wilpacket area created a partnership between the city, school district, and Chamber Foundation to jointly hire a full-time grant writer. The idea was to share the cost between multiple organizations while increasing their ability to pursue outside funding opportunities. Within 1 year, the position brought in $1.4 million in grants with the first year. I just thought that was pretty interesting and something to consider in the future. And I think that's it for my report.
All right,
Thank you.
monthly check register and approval of the bills.
Okay, I do have some questions.
Yes.
All right. So the light pole was $8,500 to fix that on the first page. Viking Electric.
Yeah, I want to see if that's the whole total though.
So it was
We
more
did
than
receive-
one light pole.
Yeah, and we did receive some insurance recoveries. I don't know if it was in this month right here. Let me just take a look and see if there's anything else in there. But I believe that is for the one light pole. Otherwise, I can get back to you on that too.
Okay.
You said it was on page 1, how far down?
Right on the, about in the middle, little past the middle.
Page 4,
It'd be the front page that she printed out.
yeah, page 4
All right, well, it depends how you got it
Oh,
printed
in
out.
our,
packet.
if you look in the packet, it'll be page 4. It's page 1 on her physical
Yeah.
report.
But I can do some more digging and get you that information. For sure.
You had a couple more questions?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then I noticed that, we're not even in June yet, we're this spent a lot of money on the lawyer. I would like to see us tame that down a little bit, if possible. And then,
Do you know what percentage we're at? 'Cause- so some of that legal is gonna be for City
Right.
Hall, but some is month after month for the PD because of citations and things like that.
yeah, I don't have the breakdown.
So
We're
that always
the
looks a little high.
We're at
I'm
four-
probably getting myself in trouble as I speak, but
we're at 14.4%, for the first 3 months, so we're under budget.
okay. And then, what is,
Bill per month now, so.
You have the overall sheet, right?
yeah, I had it up at home.
I do want to say too, as you're looking at that, if you have any, you'll see the revenues for intergovernmental revenues is at 6%. That's only because that's typical this time of year, because our first quarter state transportation and highway aids, that came in April, so you'll see that on the financial statements next month, along with our lottery credit. And also, once audit is completed, I can report our taxable revenues.
Okay, and, let's see. The other one I had a question with, the manhole rehab for 30,385, is that what we thought we would be spending on that?
Was that for,
Is that one for utilities?
Yes.
is that for one of the projects?
Manhole rehabilitation, I think, was a CIP project, if I'm correct. She does a certain amount
Every
each
year?
year
Yeah.
and stays within that budgeted amount.
Can you show me where you have that, and I can take a look at the budget?
All right,
Courtney watches that pretty quick.
yeah,
We're close.
I'm on page 11, what I have here.
All right. No, that one's not a capital.
Oh, toward the bottom, Summit Infrastructure LLC.
Page 11? There's different page.
It's page 11 of her report.
Summit Infrastructure.
That, let me take a look quick, because that might be paid out of the money market account here. That's gonna be paid out of sewer connections, money market.
Okay,
So
That's utility.
that's utilities, that's in their money market, yeah, that she does every year. Yes, yes.
all right. And anything else I haven't asked, I'll just call you, Nicole.
Oh,
'Cause I
anything?
know people get sick of my questions sometimes.
That's good.
Do you see any concerns that we gotta look at besides, we are meeting monthly at the tag budget, going forward. So besides the tag, you see anything that sticks out that we gotta be concerned with?
For me, at this point, I don't see any concerns. Everyone seems to be pretty good on their budget.
I do think we need to watch the data processing.
So-
That's running high, IT, that's
Yeah.
running far above
Oh,
budget,
data processing.
along with our,
Risk management.
Risk management's gonna stay at that until July, because we only get billed twice a year for that. So there's two more insurance, workman's comp is, I think workman's comp is twice a year, so we won't, that's gonna stay where it's at until July. So that for the risk and property management does not change until then, until we get our bills. But yes, you are right about the data processing,
Mhm.
yeah.
Is
she's right.
the Microsoft monthly
License.
is quite high.
We're at
I don't think that was
55%.
budgeted for.
Year to date, we're at 55%,
Yeah.
we should be at 25, so it is high.
How was our bills with the green team over there at Genesis? Are we doing all right with them?
That's part of the expenses.
Mhm.
Are we on budget with that?
I don't think,
We're a little over budget.
we're gonna probably have to look around and see where we can take money from on that one. We did budget higher, and then during the budget process, it was lower. So,
I do think it'd be advantageous to sit down with them on the IT upgrade stuff they're doing and see what can be deferred a little as the budget is running ahead of what was allocated to them.
So let me ask you this, when we call them and they come over and do their work. And sometimes we have to call them back to do something. Are they charging us another fee for that, or are they just eating the cost on that?
I don't code the Genesis bills.
I haven't seen it where they, well, it wouldn't hurt to do a review and then
Okay.
talk with them. That would not hurt.
All right, anybody else? All right, moving on. Well, actually, do we take the roll yet?
We have
No,
to
you
make a
gotta-
We
motion.
need to make a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to pay the bill.
I'll second it.
All right, motion by Smith, second by Hinkle. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel,
Aye.
Alderperson Winter,
Aye.
Alderperson Buskey,
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, report of commissions, committees and boards. Next, utility commission's next meeting's date is May 26th at 5 PM. Library board, next meeting date's May 21st at 5 PM. Public Works Committee, Personnel Committee, Public Safety Committee, Finance Committee, all meets on May 26th at 6 PM. Park and Recreation Committee, next meeting date's June 3rd at 3:30 PM. Planning Commission, next meeting date's May 27th, at 4 PM, and I think we're gonna push that off.
Yep, it doesn't appear we'll have anything for that agenda, so it'll be in June.
All right, Community Development Authority Enhancement Committee, next meeting dates May 27th at 5 PM. Old business, discuss possible action, resolution 6050-2026. A resolution ratifying and approving the Mayville Library Board policy following payment to full-time and part-time library staff during certain emergency closures. All right, is this tabled from last month?
It was tabled from last month, just to catch our new older people up to date. The library board back in 2022 had approved allowing both full-time and part-time staff to be paid for emergency closures up to 3 times a year. However, unfortunately, that did not make it to council at any point. Council is the approving authority when it comes to deviations from the handbook, including for library personnel. Discussion was had at the last meeting if it's going to be handled through the handbook and updated for everyone. If you guys do want to be paying for emergency closures, I think Bradford had indicated they've utilized it, maybe once annually since its inception?
3 times since that passed.
About once a year though.
About once, yeah, roughly once a year, is all it was, usually in the spring.
You know, and additionally, right now, we do have staff kind of in the interim until a decision is made. So I don't know if there is consideration for, do we pay them for the last closure because it was past practice and then make a decision on what you want to do for emergency closure? You know, I don't know if you want to extend this to one set of employees instead of all employees. You know, they're all things for you to consider, and that's kind of where conversation left off at the last meeting.
I have a question for the librarian. What would be practical for the library?
Would be practical.
What would you recommend?
What would I recommend? I would recommend paying them. And part of the reason to, you know, when you close a library, it's not something, believe me, that any library director wants to do. However, we have to take into consideration also that in bad weather, if we were open, then people within the community would say, I can go to the library, you know, kids, that sort of thing. You know, they would be potentially risking themselves for the fact that the library is just open. So that's just a thought I had on that. But I think it's practical to do it. I know that other communities do it, but again, it is by community.
We have money in the budget for it.
Well, it's already been budgeted,
Okay.
so.
So you recommend the whole ball of works, the whole deal? What about the past episode or the past time that was,
Well, I
we
was
need
not
any
here.
retroactive?
I mean, I was not here. Those other ones, I mean, you're talking about the other ones from
Yeah.
way back?
Right,
This resolution would accomplish that.
it would. Okay. Well, anybody else have any questions? If not, I'll make a motion to do as he recommended.
Okay,
I'll
motion
second.
by Smith, second by Olson. Any more discussion? I know how they do this in the public sector. Public sector, if you can't make it into work, your excuse snow day, but you don't get paid.
Right.
That's how they do it in the public sector. So the motion would be to pay these guys in the future?
Yep,
It would be to approve the resolution, which would retroactively approve what happened and allow it moving forward. Again, the one thing I would let the council be aware of is there may be other departments that have similar asks once this is approved.
well, except the library, because of state statutes and because of its function, is a shelter in many cases when we have either weather issues or other things of that nature. So I would say that a lot of things having to do with the library are carve-outs for their unique role in the city. And it's kind of hard to offer somebody shelter if you don't have anybody to unlock the door. So my motion stands.
I don't think anybody asked to reconsider.
Well, no, but somebody offered a little argument there about public employees.
All
Anyway,
right, anybody else? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
aye.
Alderperson Olson,
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel. Aye. Alderperson Winter.
Aye.
Alderperson Buskey.
No.
Motion carries.
All right, new business. Approval of the minutes of April 13th, 2026 Common Council meeting. Is there a motion for approval?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Hinkle,
I'll second.
second by Winter. Any discussion, corrections, additions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Approve the minutes of April 13th, 2026 Residents Sex Offender Board meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Hinkle,
I'll second.
second by Smith. Any additions or corrections to this minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I apologize, Mr. Buskey, are you abstaining from the minutes?
On these?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Approval of the minutes of April 21st, 2026 Annual Organization Committee meeting. For motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Smith,
I'll second.
second by Olson. Any additions or corrections to these minutes? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss with possible action, resolution 6065, 2026, a resolution with City of Mayville authorizing the submission of a grant application to Dodge County Community Development Fund. Please read.
Whereas the City of Mayville recognizes the need for community revitalization and the enhancement of public spaces for the benefit of its residents. And whereas the city purchased the former meat market property at 102 to 108 South Main Street, tax parcel number 251-1216-2314-093, with the goal of demolishing the building on this parcel and redeveloping the property as a community park. Whereas the Dodge County Community Development Fund has financial resources available to assist local governments with economic and community development projects that support business and residential growth, including infrastructure, industrial and business park development, and new community assets. Whereas the City of Mayville Common Council has reviewed the need for the proposed project and the benefits to be gained therefrom. Whereas the city is committed to providing at least 50% of the total project cost as a local match to leverage grant funding and ensure the project's successful completion. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Mayville as follows. Section 1, the City Council hereby authorizes the submission of a grant application to the Dodge County Community Development Fund to partially fund the raising of the building at 102 to 108 South Main Street and the redevelopment of the property as a community park. Section 2, the City Council authorizes the mayor or mayor's designee to prepare, execute, and submit all necessary documents and to take all action necessary to facilitate the grant application process and the park's project's completion. Section 3, this resolution shall take effect immediately upon its adoption.
All right, and if there's a resolution, is there a motion?
Which is the grant worth? What's the max?
There is no max.
There isn't.
No, but if we're gonna do 50%, we think it's gonna be about 370,000.
Is that in the budget already?
No. No.
How are we thinking of financing that, with a bonding it, or?
Well, we are looking at putting this in the TIF district, so if we put it in TIF districts, we could get some money from the TIF. Or we would have to bond it out. We're only locked in if we get the funds, so this will probably be the last year for the fund.
Why is that?
Because the county, I don't think is gonna fund it after this year. That means we would get zero tax dollar money in the last 3 years.
So are you saying 375 for the whole thing or for the half of it?
That'll be half. I think the total estimate came in around 753 would be the project.
For the whole project?
Yeah.
And for the newer members on council, we do have the building already bought.
Right.
It is city owned.
So we already paid, we paid some of it already, so
What did we pay for that building again?
215. Actually, council paid 215 came from the CDA.
And that's part of that whole cost? Or,
No,
no, that's separate.
That's what we currently put in.
but that would go towards our 50% cost for the project, so. All right, we got a motion.
I can make a motion.
All right, motion by Winter. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Hinkle. Discussion. Well, I think this would be a good project to entertain. So see if you want to redevelop the downtown area. And why won't we try to get some money? That's what this resolution does, because it's an ability to try to get the money from the county on a grant otherwise.
Without the resolution, we can't apply for the grant funding.
Right.
And the hope is this in conjunction with extending the TIF should make it more affordable to do that revitalization than if we just outright did it.
Okay.
Right, so, a question after the fact. So once we get the grant, then we would start moving forward?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, always we'd have to come up with another plan.
right.
Okay, takes a roll.
Alderperson Winter.
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Jeez. Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Reluctantly, aye.
Alderperson Buskey.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Discuss possible action implementation of section 6.3, vacation for the employee handbook updates.
So this was the information that was approved or recommended by personnel of the whole, where it adds in 2-to-1 verbiage for recent applicable experience when hiring someone on, so we're not bringing so many people in front of council to negotiate vacation. It gives us room to do it in-house. Department heads would work with the newly hired employee to identify any applicable information. Then it gives the mayor the approving authority to review it to see if it truly is applicable. And additionally, the vacation schedule itself stays the same, except we're adding a day each year instead of waiting 5-year increments to add additional vacation. So we had asked, an older person had asked that this be brought forward sooner because there was a matter with utilities vacation, and obviously we would have to assess this to existing employees. So if approved, Nicole and I would then work on the formatting of that so we can roll it out and then present the information to the mayor if anyone has anything recently in their work history that's applicable to change their current vacation standing.
And the mayor has the final say?
Correct.
I'm gonna say this, I said it last meeting, but I'm gonna say it again. I just think that if you have somebody that, let's say they worked here for 3 years, here for 2 years, here for 2 years, here for 2 years, how do we go back all this different experience and add it up? I think, that's why I think that if we go back to the previous employer, they had like 5 or 6 years at the previous employer, fine, let's credit that 5 or 6 years. But how far back do you want to keep going? Not to mention, how do you even go back that far on the previous public service experience?
I think it'd be very difficult for an employee to prove it if they jumped around that much, because
Right,
the onus is on them really to provide the information that shows they had that applicable experience. So unless they're keeping job descriptions from each employer, they're gonna have a real hard time saying, well, yeah, I've been at 12 different municipalities over the last 15 years. And yeah, it totally all equates. The onus is on them to provide us that proof. So if they really want it, I mean, I guess we're some big back to old employers.
W-2s.
all right, what's the council think?
Well, I think it's good that we're taking out of the hands of a commissioner, a board, or one person. But at the same time, I think more often than not, this is something that can be better done with the application process of a new employee. And when they request their salary or their vacation time, it can be part of the negotiation for the hiring, so forth. Otherwise, I mean, we're talking about, there's a lot of red herrings with this. I mean, you do a background check and want to find out exactly the reason why they left the last job or the last 2 jobs or this job before that. I mean, it's a can of worms unless you handle it at the time you hire the employee and you interview them and ask them the pertinent questions. And if you really want the employee, then you offer him a salary, even if it's on the upper side of the range, or the vacation. Sometimes you offer that because different employees come with different needs. Sometimes they have family vacations they've been taking for years and years and years, and they want to be able to take that time. So I think it's, to handle it looser would be better.
Sure, and I do think that those deviations would still come to council. This would just kind of give us that baseline to get them in the door and give a little bit of credit for past experience. You all know when we get employees who come with direct experience, it makes it a little easier to get the ball rolling than training from ground up.
Right.
So that's the intent of this verbiage.
So if it doesn't go past that, then I'm for it. The problem arose when it went past that,
Right.
and it was arbitrary.
Mhm.
So you're saying that you would want it in an employee handbook, right? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. But carefully, I like the part about, even though sometimes I don't, it's up to the mayor, I like that. No, I like that, I like a third,
Yeah.
a third party.
And, and then also
And
what
the
it.
mayor is the third party, the council is the first party.
Yeah, and what it also does is, it helps alleviate, the members on the council can change over time and have different thoughts. So as we have employees entering at different times, they might get that vacation allocated differently. It's just really trying to set a consistent base, and certainly I do see some merit toward, if you guys only want to look at their past 5 years of experience, their past tenure, put some sort of cap on it, so we don't have a situation like the mayor said where they bounced all over
Well, not to mention how you
and
know
they're trying to
someone,
make an
how
argument.
you know someone didn't get fired or something
Right,
for cause, and we don't know, because when you ask the employer, they just say, yeah, they worked here from this time to this time.
even worse, it might have been an under the table or a not spoken of, what are those special circumstances?
Non-disclosure.
Non-NDAs.
Do we have a resolution already to go on it?
We have the verbiage that was recommended,
Could I put
So
that
that's all here.
resolution format?
but we could certainly, because it would just go into the handbook.
And don't
I
forget-
could certainly add the verbiage in there because we have, at the time of hiring, eligible employees may receive credit for the number of years directly related with their recent employer on a 2-to-1 basis. If you want to flush it out, where recent employer, within the last 5 years, maybe limit that term. I can certainly add that verbiage in if you like everything else.
What about saying most recent employment? So it's only the past.
Do you just want to say last employer then? Because I think if we say most recent, that might get, if you want to just go last employer, we can say last employer.
Unless they were there for only a year. When I see a lot of jumping around in jobs, I'm completely
Mhm.
turned off, so that's a red flag to me. So would 5 years be, reasonable? Or not?
Or we could just say their previous employer, their immediately previous employer.
We could say previous employment over the last 5 years.
There.
That way,
Correct.
if they left one because they were hired someplace and then the position was,
So if they work, so you're saying if they work somewhere, so let's say their last employer, they're there for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying you're gonna credit 5 years or are they 8 years?
no, employers over the last 5 years, which would include the person they were there at 8.
But I'm just saying, if you work somewhere, let's say 8 years,
Yeah.
your last employer, and we're gonna credit him service, are we gonna credit the 8 years or just the 5 years?
The way it stands, it would be for the 8, so we'd work them in at 4.
So it's halftime.
And I think this solves most of the problems the council had with what happened that precipitated this.
I believe so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I tried.
Remember when, that was a can of worms that was brought to us, and that's why we tried to clean it up with this. I don't know, I think this is a good attempt, but I'm just one person and trying to, so I'd be okay with,
Motion to approve it with the added verbiage.
right,
Holly, what do you think?
You think we can add it?
You guys good with it?
I think so, as long as it says may, and then you still have a final say.
Mhm.
right.
Okay.
So we have the motion from Smith.
All right,
Second it,
motion by
unless
Smith,
Molly did or I don't remember.
I didn't.
no,
Okay,
No
second
second.
by Olson. Any more discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye,
Alderperson Olson,
aye.
Alderperson Buskey,
Aye.
Alderperson Winter,
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then just for your knowledge, I will work with Nicole on what we need to roll out to department heads to assess existing staff.
Okay.
Okay. Discuss with possible action, reduced rate for the Park Pavilion rental for St. John's Lutheran Church at a rate of $600 for a weekly rental. Requested updated was March 13th, 2027 to March 20th, 2027. This is also payable, I believe.
This was a recommendation that came up through committees. They had settled on kind of a half rental fee and asked council approve that. For those who are newer, again, sorry to keep doing this, St. John's historically has their rummage sale at the church, but they will be under construction next year. They want to use our pavilion, but even with our nonprofit rate, it would still cut too much into their proceeds. So it came forward asking for a reduction in rate.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Hinkle, is there a second?
I'll second it, I don't belong to either.
Second by Smith. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Discuss with possible recommendation, pay application number 10 to CD Smith Construction, Inc. in the amount of $700,170.75 for a wastewater treatment facility upgrade. Is there a motion?
I will make the
Motion by Hinkle. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Winter. Any discussion? This is pretty much on par with the $31 million project. So,
And these both came through utilities first, Utilities Commission.
all right, take the roll.
Alderperson Henkel.
Aye.
Alderperson Winter.
Aye.
Alderperson Buskey.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Discuss with possible recommendation, pay application number 11 for CD Smith Construction in the amount of $811,565.39 for the wastewater treatment facility upgrade. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Smith,
I'll second it.
second by Hinkle. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel.
Aye.
Alderperson Winter.
Aye.
Alderperson Buskey.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss with possible action, Horicon Resolution 2026-04 and reciprocity options with the Naval Take Center and the City of Horicon outdoor pool.
I thought I read where that was withdrawn. Maybe I don't read the right things.
No.
We still have for surrounding communities being tabled, but Horicon passed a resolution, which is why this came here to get your side of it, what you'd like to do.
But no, I read on Horicon's city site when they withdrew their, I don't know if they took final action on it, where the Horicon City Council, they made some motion to withdraw it, but maybe I'm behind.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, do you? Okay.
They passed a resolution on April 28th. It's in your packet. It's signed. I'd be happy to read it if you want to know what they
Sure,
agreed to
go ahead.
lines here. So the
All right,
state,
well, first of all, I reached out to Horicon and tried to come up with some kind of a deal with their residents about, hey, maybe we could work with Horicon about trying to increase membership at the Tag Center. So I talked to their mayor and he thought it was a good idea that we could work something out. We can send some letters out to their residents in support of their city council that we're looking at giving some kind of discounted rate to their residents. And this reciprocity came up about their outdoor pool that we can work hand in hand, so go ahead and read the resolution.
whereas the Common Council of the City of Horicon recognizes that access to recreational facilities and wellness opportunities plays a vital role in promoting the physical and mental health of its residents. Whereas strong bodies and strong minds are essential to a thriving community, contributing to improving quality of life, productivity, and overall well-being. Whereas the City of Horicon values regional collaboration and partnerships that enhance services and opportunities available to its residents. Whereas the City of Mayville operates the Take Center, a facility that provides fitness, recreational, and wellness opportunities to individuals and families. Whereas the City of Horicon desires to support community health initiatives by encouraging greater access to such facilities through cooperative agreements. Whereas a reduced non-resident rate for Horicon residents at the Take Center would remove barriers to participation and promote increased use of health and wellness resources. Now therefore be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Horicon hereby expresses its support for a collaborative effort with the City of Mayville to offer a reduced non-resident rate for Horicon residents at the TAG Center. Be it further resolved that the City of Horicon affirms its commitment to promoting community health and well-being by supporting initiatives that encourage active lifestyles, mental wellness, and regional cooperation. Be it further resolved that in support of regional cooperation and mutual benefit, the City of Horicon agrees to allow the residents of the City of Mayville to access the Horicon Community Pool at the same rate charged to the residents of the City of Horicon, contingent upon verification of residency and subject to any terms, conditions, or policies established by the City of Horicon. Be it further resolved that the appropriate city officials are authorized and directed to communicate this support to the City of Mayville and to explore opportunities for partnership consistent with this resolution. This arrangement shall be effective for the 2026 pool season and shall be subject to annual review and renewal by both municipalities.
Good.
And they voted on that.
They voted and it passed on
Okay.
April 28th.
Okay.
So what they're offering to us is, for our residents, is the Horicon resident rate for their outdoor pool, which is open, 3 months, Jess?
Yeah.
About that.
3 to 4 months.
Printed the rates for the Horicon pool too.
And then they can use the TAG Center for the same amount of time or a
That's
year.
what we're discussing tonight.
And what percentage do we give them for, we should probably talk about new members. You know, it's only for new members.
His TAG Center has existing members who are from Horicon, and we probably don't want to be refunded.
Here's the Horicon information. June 7th to August 24th is their operation.
June 7th to August 24th. And if you guys want to pass that down for anybody to look at it. And, so that's 3 months out of the year. What do you think? Do you think it would benefit the TAG Center, even though it's only 3 months?
I'm not sure. So we looked up, we serve 436 active members from Horicon currently, with memberships at the TAG Center. So with this, we're saying that a possible municipal agreement, I think bringing people over, but maybe offering that trial membership for only new members. That might be something to look at, not our current renewals. That might benefit us. But I don't know at what rate you're interested in reducing that. So in their resolution, it said a reduced non-resident rate. One thing we talked about was maybe adding, like we do offer a special in the summer, or if you purchase a 3-month membership, you get a 1 month free. We could do that with Horicon. That would be something they could do without offering the reduced rate per se, or we could do a partner community rate just as a pilot program and do like a 10% reduction. But would they consider subsidizing that 10% like we do with Kikoski, where they subsidize the difference between the resident and non-resident
Yeah,
rate?
but Kikoski's part of our school district as well.
Right.
Right. But Kikoski, it also pays us then for the difference between the resident and
So that would
non-resident.
be something we'd have to pursue at a later date. I think we should try to look at 20% discount and then
Okay.
see how many more people we get in like a 3 or 4 month period. And that way, if you want to sign up for a whole year, you get 20%. If you don't want to sign up for a whole year, then we'll find out. It would be more advantageous if they decided to give a whole year membership at a better percentage.
Would we just apply it to the yearly memberships?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we would suggest a 6 month or 1 year membership that
Right.
this only applies to.
Did everybody, Mayor, did you run this past the Bachhubers and Foundation, see if they had any they subsidize the memberships? Do they have any?
Well, they wouldn't be subsidizing this. This is like something on the side. They only subsidize the people that are in the school district itself, so.
But what we're doing, we're equal, that softens the effect of their subsidy for Mayville residents.
Right, well, discussions I had with the foundation is that they would like to see us generate more revenue any way we can, so that would be what we're doing right now. I don't think.
So you don't think they have objections? No. So they have- okay.
So 6 months membership or a year membership, 20%?
Yeah.
So I want to make a motion?
Do we put a time limit on it? Like, is this only a year, only till the end of 2026,
Oh,
only for the summer? And is it only new memberships or is it our current memberships?
well, I'd say we want to have it, but it's only new memberships, and we probably do it until Labor Day. That's kind of when we start picking back up.
Yeah, and then I can report on the results afterwards, I like that.
Good.
And I can put it in a formal resolution, and we'll do a special common council before committees at the end of the month here, so we can get it trucking.
You only want it until Labor Day?
They have to sign up by Labor Day.
Oh, okay, like, that's not very long.
I'll make the motion to recommend it.
I'll second it.
You got what you need?
I do.
Will be
I'll put
only
it in
for,
resolution.
only for new members. We're gonna take a 20% discount for 6 and yearly membership. And the closing date will be Labor Day.
Labor Day. Yep, and I'll put it in resolution form to bring back, so we can send them our
Motion
copy.
made by Smith, second by Hinkle. Any more discussion? It's gonna come back to council?
I'm gonna put it in a resolution, so we have something to send them.
Okay. So this is final then. So is there any more discussion on it? Take the roll.
Alderperson Smith.
Aye.
Alderperson Henkel. Alderperson Winter.
Aye.
Alderperson Buskey.
Aye.
Alderperson Olson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, discuss the possible recommendation, new sewer service application for parcel 028-1316-2622-037 located at N 10470 Meadow Lane, Elmira, which was Leroy.
Well, here, if anybody remembers, way back about 7, 8 years ago, I introduced a resolution, I think we passed it, that we weren't gonna extend, that our sewer service was locked in because of the limitations of our sewage plant. And as far as I know, that ordinance or that restriction is still in force. Mayor, is that the case?
Yes, so this came about because this applicant, and there was another applicant in Kokoski. And after looking into it some more, there was a moratorium put in effect in February 2022 that stated by the council, it was a joint meeting between the council and the utility, that we wouldn't take any more sewer services outside the city of Mayville. And that did pass. We didn't, so when this went through the utility, that information wasn't obtained at that time when this was passed. So this gentleman, he snuck through, because that wasn't made available at the utility commission, which 4 of us are on there, or actually 5 of us are on that committee.
But the council is the approving authority for this, so
Right.
you don't have to do it just because utilities fed it up here.
I do have to send a letter to both Leroy and Kokoski about this moratorium, so this doesn't happen in the future.
Now, the moratorium, I suppose, could be lifted if we, when we finish the sewer plant, it's deemed that it is adequate for expansion, but I don't think we're expanding right now.
The sewer capacity was around, we figured at that time the moratorium was at 80% or close to it, and that the new sewer plant, we're not adding capacity. It's gonna be the same capacity.
I had to throw something in here. Weren't we having a problem with one of the lift stations too? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, the lift station that comes from Kokoski sometimes has
Oh.
issues,
once in a while, because there's a pump that feeds.
right?
The sewer for Kokoski and Leroy gets dumped into a big vault, and then that gets pumped to Maple on Force Main. So once in a while, there's issues in that distribution pipe and the chamber.
And we're stuck with the electric bill or the fuel bill for when they have to have a generator or something there, and that gets quite expensive.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was brought up the last few bills that they had, when it got overwhelmed.
Is that still the case then?
Yeah, we're responsible for the utility bill on that lift station.
So I guess we got two things, right? We could let this one guy slide, or we could just make,
This one guy, he would have to run a pipe all the way in,
there's no way that guy would run a pipe all the way in.
what's that?
There's no way he would be able to run a pipe all the way from
I
Maple.
know, but how is he gonna get it tapped into our sewer line
Oh, wait.
from Elmira?
He's got, this is Leroy, so there's a main already there by the road.
Okay.
He's building a new house, so it's gonna go from his house
Okay.
to the road.
Is this gonna open a can of worms?
Yeah, it could.
Well,
I
This
think
is from
until we resolve
2022.
the moratorium, we can't do it, Mayor. Can we?
Probably not.
I hate those LY words. Probably not. Well, we should maybe find out. I don't know if we want to table it or we want to just say no or take no action.
Well, there is a moratorium that I think would take effect.
And we didn't locate any superseding resolutions that came after that lifted it, so that is the last word on it.
And the purpose of the moratorium is that the Maple residents get fed first before anybody outside the city limits with sewer. That's the reason we have this moratorium, because we have a bunch of areas in the city that could potentially be serviced with sewage. So if outside the city is taking up our capacity limits, then we won't have room for growth, and we're already landlocked, so.
And these outside the city sewer system add-ons are all with private wells. They don't use
Right, private wells.
city water, which is checked for
Right.
pollutants and so forth and so on. So we're bringing in sewage, which is actually their plumbing and their well water coming in added to the city's. I don't know if that's an issue or not, but sometimes it degrades the sewage. I don't know. I don't think we have a choice. I think I don't know. What would you say, Mayor? Take action, don't take any action, or vote it down?
I don't know how far along this guy is on his house, so that's part of the problem.
Did we approve this, or did they approve it?
Well, the utility commission approved it,
Oh, God.
the last month's meeting, so.
If they've recommended it, they can't approve.
What's the other action for him? Well,
You already got a well.
You'd have to have a septic system.
Yeah, a mound system probably for you. Well,
Or I could make a call and see how far along he is on the project.
yeah, see what, if it creates any hazard, any real,
Let's take a 10-minute recess.
yeah.
Pause there. And I'm just going to, we don't
if they tell me to.
Let's go.
All right, we're back in session at 7:25. I didn't get a hold of the town of Leroy, but I do want to, this came from our attorney this last week, and I'm going to read this, but this has to deal with Kikoski. But you can interpret the way you want with Leroy as well. It says, the Mayville Sewer Utility Commission recently received your verbal request to allow the 24 additional residential sanitary sewer connections for proposed development in village. The Utility Commission cannot act on mere verbal requests, but even if they were allowed to do so, this request could not be approved for numerous reasons, including the lack of available sewer capacity in the city wastewater treatment facility. The lack of capacity that would allow extensions for non-city residents was addressed in a resolution adopted by the City Common Council on February 2022, a copy of which is enclosed. The costs involved in additional treatment capacity are substantial, but if the village wants to explore the option, please let us know. We can schedule a meeting to provide the village with an outline as to the timelines and expense that would be involved.
And this applies to the 23 plots in Kikoski also.
Well, this was,
Yeah, that was addressed to them, but this also applies to the guy.
I would say
Yeah.
probably, I mean,
Yeah.
they're talking about capacity limits.
And I have a similar property to the one in Leroy or whatever, and if he's got a building permit, then they won't issue it unless he does one of three things generally. One of them would be a holding tank or a mound system if that's feasible, or a connection to a sewer. So, I mean, he can still build his house.
That would be up to the town.
Yeah, I know, but the attorney said it in black and white.
Okay, so we can do one of two things. We can just deny the request, or we don't have to take any action. Is there a motion on the table?
No action. I make a motion for no action at this point.
I'll second it.
If it's no action, then you don't have to motion,
Oh.
you just.
Okay. Good. Thanks for reminding me.
We probably don't have to second it.
All right, any other action? Any other action? All right, seeing none. Is your motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 7:28. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Olson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 We're adjourned. All right, Mr. Buskey.